Hi, welcome to Loughborough Park Guinness Trust. I'm the chair of the Tenants and Residents Association. We was formed a couple of months ago when residents on this estate of nearly 400 units understood that they didn't have a recognised voice to represent them when dealing with the landlords. And ever since then, Guinness have been doing all they can to frustrate our attempts to get involved in the redevelopment process of this estate where we live. Guinness are planning to knock down what you see behind you, near on 400 units, 390 flats, and they want to rebuild at 9 stories, which is twice the height they are now, with nearly 550 flats. What do you think about the redevelopment? Quick.
I reckon 9 stories is way too high. It would just stand out in the middle of Brixton. I reckon if it was a little bit lower, say maybe 5 floors, that'd be efficient. But 9 is way too high. Over the years, good staff have actually left. What we're left with is staff which really don't know the tenants that well. They don't actually spend time to actually talk to us. And if they really wanted to be really good at their job, they really should spend more time actually getting to know us.
I was more or less brought up here, so we know the difference from then till now. It's just appalling to keep us in this situation for so long. It's appalling. It cannot be done in another white community. It can't be done. It can't be done. They would have done something. They would have done something a long time ago. I think they're just taking the piss out of us, and it's not fair. The residents are the voices, so they're the ones living here. So it's right that they they should be able to form their own tenants rep. Because it will be, it will mean something. Well, if it's if they're not allowing that, then they're not allowing the residents to talk. They're not allowing the residents to voice their opinions, basically.
It's a nice place, but it's just terribly badly run. In fact, they don't really run it at all. The residents are fine. It's just the management, the staff and management there. Some of them are okay, but it's appalling. I don't want to see increased density on this estate. And as I believe, it's going to be half of them will be private. I wish they would start doing the job they're paid to do instead of just running it for their own personal gain.
Well, the Guinness Trust want to knock the entire estate down, and anyone who disagrees or asks too many questions or exerts a few rights of sort of asking for information is blocked from using the community centre.
Why do you feel that is?
Why do I think that is? Well, they don't want people meeting and talking, and I do a lot of community work, run a music club and things like this, but I have to do all of that elsewhere because there's quite a strange relationship between the landlords here and the community.
Lot of friendly people is here, yes, but at the moment people don't watch it too much. And them work science as well, plenty in it too. Yeah, talk about I'm going to have a look at the plan and put on my name for the new house when I'm build it, but when will that be? When will that be, man? That's going to be a long time, it won't be now. If them remodernize the building as well and do that one, them don't have to do nothing, then could leave it. If them do it like that one over there, then they don't have to do the building them nothing and leave them same way, and then didn't do that.
I think a lot of the things are going is a bit underhand, and a bit sort of trying to be intimidating.
For example?
Well, I can only speak of examples of people just trying to talk to people and Guinness seeing that as some sort of offence towards them. When people are just trying to share information and get people's feelings on certain things that's happening in their community, in their immediate housing community. They're not being forthcoming with the true information that we need to be fully informed so we can make a decision for ourselves as a community. And to have a tenants association which has gone through the proper channels to be recognised and then not to recognise it, I think that's outrageous. completely outrageous.
But they said that Guinness did say that they're gonna help form a tenants group, but it's gonna take 6 months.
Yeah, and that's part of what I'm talking about, the underhandedness. Because we've already got established residents group here, and yet they're saying it takes another 6 months. So they're just sort of like this kicking us in the face and saying, who are you? You know?
Well, I don't think it's a good idea. It's going to take away all the privacy that people have on the road.
What's not a good idea?
To have a 9-storey block looking into our gardens, because we live on Mail Road, which is directly at the back of the Guinness Tract, and that will take out some of our lighting. It will just block off the area, really. It wouldn't be good for us. And hopefully, and I don't know if it's going to be good for the residents, because you don't know who's going to get housed from there.
So you haven't heard anything about the planned 9 stories building?
Not this, I suppose, no, not this one. Not this one that's supposed to happen now. Of recent, I haven't heard anything. There are people that love this area that I'm sure wouldn't like to have overseeing buildings over their buildings.
Thank you very much.
Their own privacy will be taken away. And this is what this country's about, being free. So please don't do this.
A third of the residents are on short-term tenancies, which means that once they move them away from the estate, they'll never be allowed to move back on. So people, for example, have children which attend a new school, and they've just started the school, and they will be moved out and moved away, and they won't have the right to return.
I'm feeling uncertain because I'm in a short hold tenant, and I don't know what my rights are. I mean, my rights don't seem to be very long. I've been here over 5.5 years, and it looks like I don't have any rights to stay or even join in the regeneration. So that's why I'm coming with part of this group and trying to get people to say what they think. Rachel Hayward said she was going to get a meeting together for us. She's a councillor for this borough, and she has not supported us. She hasn't done the things she said. All she's basically, it seems to be like some kind of technique for her to become an MP at some point. She didn't. I didn't even get to speak to her last week myself, and one of the other people who were on ASTs went down to see her in Tessagel last week.
And what happened?
Nothing. I became a detail. When I asked Tessagel about what's happening to the Guinness Trust, she said, well, she can't deal with a detail like that. Please go and talk to one of the councillors.
We've been trying to talk to our neighbours and just make sure they're aware of the regeneration process and of their opportunity to have their say, whether they're interested. We've had a variety of reactions. Some people say, yeah, I think it sounds really good. I'm worried if it's not going to happen. Some people saying, I'm concerned about this, that and the other. Some people saying, I've seen it all before, blah, blah, blah. But it's been good for us to meet people, see what they think, help people out if they're not sure, they lose their letters, things like this. Just trying to help people take part and be informed about what's happening to them, which is what we're trying to do.
Okay.
I just think there's a way that people could work together and develop plans, but it's about information being shared. It's not about sort of people being open to people disagreeing with them and working towards a compromise, not the hostility that is around.
You hear about the drugs and the crime and the antisocial behaviour. Here's an estate which has a community spirit where people are actually trying to fight against that, and our landlords are doing everything in their power to undermine that.
Can you give your whole version?